Hey guys, and welcome to a game on WololoKingdoms. This is the mod that lets you use all of the HD, Forgotten Empires, African Kingdoms, and Raja civilizations on the user patch version of the game. And right now, this along with UP 1.5 is in a beta on Voobly. So playing some arena games here with AkeNo, and it's a Inca's mirror match, and we see they start with a free llama. So if you don't find your sheep quickly, you can take that llama right away. And if you do find them quickly, you'll notice the llama has one tile more line of sight than a sheep, so you can use it to scout. But after I saw we got the Incas here, I figured I'd go for the siege tower strategy, and I ended up with a map that I think works out pretty much perfectly for it. I've been thinking about the siege tower, and well, we know that on HD it's pretty much useless because unit pathing is completely broken. But on the user patch, the unit pathing has been untouched and is the same as the original game. And while it's not perfect, it is not ridiculously broken like it is on HD. So you actually can use siege towers. So I figured I'd try it and see how it turns out. On this map, we're both Incas, and as you can see, this map is pretty closed actually. I think only one of the extra resources spawned and the other extra gold and extra stone didn't, just because the map is so small. And neither of us have a back to our base, so we're both going to put lumber camps all the way in the back near the corners. And so I figured I'm going to try to go up aggressively. I'll go for, say, a 25 pop build, go for 3 barracks eagles, try to get map control, and then push forward from there. The only thing I don't really like about my map are these deer all the way out here. But other than that, I found my sheep quickly. Both my boar are inside my base and my gold is towards the back. Kind of a bit closer to that wood line that I would like if I want to put another mining camp there. But it's fine for now as I bring that boar in. And now just speed things up for the rest of the Dark Age as I'm just scouting the map. I see that he has a gold forward and a stone forward. And I found 4 of the relics so far. I think I'm just missing the one. Yeah, I'm missing one that was a couple tiles out of my line of sight. And I see that I have my deer there from when I got my sheep earlier in, because that gate gives me that line of sight. And I'm just going to keep my sheep under my town center. And Incas, I actually didn't realize this until too late, but you get an extra 5 population per house, so I can stop building houses there. So you can save a bit of wood, and since you get the llama, you actually can delay your farms a tiny bit since you get an extra 100 food for free. So I don't know how much that will affect your build, but there might be a way to incorporate that, try to go up a bit more quickly. These deer unfortunately are outside. I'm going to try to push them in, but I'm going to mess up and the deer is going to run away and not go through the gate. Try to do the thing where you get behind the deer and push it into the wall and it gets kind of stuck like that, and then you open the gate. But I'm just too slow and it runs away. It runs away again. And it's not good for me, and I think I'd probably end up with some idle villagers under the town center at some point just because I'm concentrating on the deer. And yeah, I misclick and I don't click the sheep. I just accidentally move them over. But yeah, they were idle for quite some time, so that hurts a lot, and that definitely slows me down. And not having a clean deer push through that gate probably would have been nicer just to delete the walls, but that's not as much fun. And if you look at AkeNo, and I don't know why the farms are like that, but they're like that when I watch recorded games so far. This mod is still in beta, so there are a few bugs. But I'm up to feudal first, going up on 25 population, and looks like he's going up on 26 population. Unfortunately, I did have a lot of idle time there, and I was kind of late on those deer, so I don't think I'm going to be able to click up to feudal quite as quickly as I normally would like to with this build. I did mess up a bit, and that villager is not mining the right gold pile. She should be there, and you should be there. Am I going to notice that? No, I don't notice that yet. But there we go, taking that llama. Of course, it's really nice to have a bit of extra food, and I'm going to go for a market and a blacksmith, and try to click up from there. And I'm going to move my villagers forward, and there we go, market, blacksmith coming up right away. And I still have these villagers on wood because I'm going to want to build at least 2 barracks while I go up. I could have saved 25 wood by not building an extra house, but that's only 25 wood, not the biggest deal. And Yeah, I'm not quite gonna have the food, have to bring that back. We're going to fight with our scouts and he's going to run away. And yeah, he is up a bit more quickly than I am just because I messed up that build a bit. But now putting down a barracks, I actually forgot that you can create the eagles in starting in the feudal age now. So might have been worth it to rush up the 2 barracks a bit more quickly than I did, because normally you can't produce until castle. But I don't think it makes too big of a difference. He's also going for 2 barracks. And I have 6 villagers on gold, and if we look at him, he only has 5 on gold. And pretty much the rest on wood. He has 2 lumber camps, whereas I'm only on 1 lumber camp. I use that corner and can just kind of surround that lumber camp really nicely with vills. Started moving vills towards the trees under my town center just because I want to surround that with farms, so I'm going to need farms for the eagle warriors. And I've noticed and started making them already. Has he done that too? Yeah, looks like he has. At least notice you can make them in feudal, and I'm already putting up a 3rd barracks. He's up to the castle age, and he's going for a monastery, and this is where the big difference comes in. Right now we're equal on military, but he's immediately doing bow saw and horse collar, and I think I might have delayed that a tiny bit just to get my army coming out first. As I'm building the barracks, and then we're going for another house. And I notice I have a couple more eagle already, keeping the production going a bit more quickly than he does. That was that extra villager on the gold probably helped. And now I'm making eagles in 3 barracks pretty easily. And I notice should have tried to engage there, but I want to keep my eagles together before I engage. And at least I'm going to force him to run back, get inside of his base. And now monks really are not going to be useful against eagles. I'm pretty sure they create more slowly too. And he's moving some more villagers over to gold. But I do have an advantage right now, and that advantage is only going to grow since I am producing from 3 barracks. And I'm adding more farms just because I'm going to need food for these eagles. And I'm planning on staying on 1 town center and getting aggressive, especially with this map where we're really close together. And he does have out a monk, and he's going to come outside, and we'll see how I react to that. So I'm moving over here just at that time, and then I see him, and I see the monk. I think I had some eagles on aggressive and some on standing ground, and I go engage the monk. I notice that I have more military than he does, so I take this fight, and I win it pretty easily. None of us have upgrades yet on the eagles, but I just have a lot more army than he does, and I cleaned that up pretty quickly and pretty easily. So now I have control of the map, and my army is going to just be bigger than his because I have an extra barracks. And so he can't move out anymore, but he is putting down 2 extra town centers. So I do need to manage to pressure him and do some damage. Now Incas, they're monks, they get redemption so they can convert siege like mangonels, but they don't get atonement so they can't convert monks. So if I did push with siege, I wouldn't be able to touch the monks behind his base unless I tried to hit them with mangonels or some type of archer unit, and he would be able to convert the mangonels to defend. And now I just have my eagle patrolling out here, trying to make sure he can't just sneak a monk and take those relics. Same thing over there. And now I know that I want to go in, so I'm building a siege workshop forward, and I'm going to use that to make a siege tower. I have no idea whether or not this will work, but I figured why not? Let's try it. And he is sending a monk over here. I do have 2 eagles there. That one is very low on HP though, because it just fought his eagle. And still, villager count, still pretty close. He is on 3 TCs though, so he will be pulling ahead. I do have a much larger military though. Having taken this map control, he thinks he's safe behind these walls for now. If I come out with a ram or a mangonel, you know, he'll see it, he'll have time to react. Unfortunately, he does go and convert that high HP eagle there. So he is going to get that relic. I noticed that, and I probably could have deleted that eagle. Just assume he's going for that one and delete it, then kill the monk with the low HP one. I just wasn't fast enough to react with that. And now I have the siege tower made. I'm selling the stone, and I'm just doing the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Notice the Spec overlay was kind of glitched with that, but I'm going to do the Eagle Warrior upgrade because now there's a Castle Age upgrade to make your eagle stronger. And once that's finished, I'm going to get that siege tower out and go over those walls. And I bring 2 more eagles over here so he can't take that relic, but he does have 1 of them. And I don't know what he has behind here yet. So if he does wall off behind it, then I know it's pretty much GG for me because I can't use any of my eagles. But there we go. And I put those ones on stand ground because I didn't want them attacking, and these ones just, I'm trying to figure out how to get the siege tower to work. But they do go over the wall eventually, and now I'm running through his base with eagles. And I'm coming forward, I see a TC there. So this area is pretty protected, but I see that this side of the gold is going to be exposed. I know his main TC is here, and I figure I can come in and deny these farmers because he doesn't have loom yet. And not having loom with eagle warriors running around your base is not good. And if you take a look at his barracks, he just has Eagle Scouts. He doesn't have the upgrade for Eagle Warrior yet. And we see he's now on about 52 villagers, and that number is dropping as Eagle's just killing these villagers. Still doesn't have loom, he's just doing it now. Getting into that wood line, that nice little unprotected area. I need to do the second armor upgrade, but now he has all those resources that he can't really spend on anything. 900 wood, but he only has a couple Eagle Scouts. He can't fight my armor with that. And his villas are just going down, down, down. Finally they do have loom, and now I'm doing the second armor upgrade on my Eagles, but still, I have 3 barracks, and I'm just producing Eagles from them. And there's the GG, because he's not going to be able to fight that off. So Siege Tower seems to be very effective. I don't know how many civs it's viable for. Maybe if you're someone like maybe the Britons or the Ethiopians and you have good archers that you want to get over a wall, I think that could work. But I think for the Mesoamerican civs, now going Eagles in the Castle Age, it already was a pretty good strategy, but now that strategy is just so much stronger since you can upgrade them, and since now you can just instantly get over walls. And if you take map control with the Eagles, which you're pretty likely to do, especially if you commit heavily into Eagles, you pretty much force him to put a second layer of walls up all around his base with, houses or other stone walls or something, just because you can hop those Eagles in and just get right into the eco. So I'm wondering, like, is the Siege Tower incredibly overpowered, especially for the Mesoamerican civs, if it actually works and puts units over the wall? So I'd like to see some pro games and see if they actually realize that the Siege Tower is a thing and try to use it, because it does have 100 pierce armor. I don't actually know if monks can convert it if they have redemption, if they can, like a mangonel if they stand away from it, or if they have to be adjacent to it like a ram. But let's go check out those achievements really quick. And if you look at those military stats, 26 kills to 14, he only got 1 conversion. That larger army just taking control of those Eagles, and even though he has the stronger economy, can't defend it with Eagles all on the inside. And I did concentrate on that gold so I'd be able to pump out those Eagles. And 53 villagers, but they were pretty dead by the end. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you can experiment with the Siege Tower, find out if it actually does work, and I'll see you guys next time.